Hey YouTube, Luke Hearfield here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Western Hell or High Water, which is written by Taylor Sheridan, the chap that wrote Sicario, and directed by British director David Mackenzie, who's most known for the prison drama Startup. Yeah, so I saw this movie at the Cannes Film Festival a few months ago, and this was another film that really pleasantly surprised me. I really enjoyed this film. On the surface, it just sort of seems like another sort of shoot 'em up, cops and robbers sort of Western, but actually this is a movie with so much substance, which I really bought into. The script is so smart. Like, I really was impressed by this script because it just brought so much depth to all the characters involved in the story. So yeah, the story is about these two brothers called Toby, played by Chris Pine, and Tanner, who's played by Ben Foster. And basically they start robbing a chain of specific banks in order to pay off the mortgage on the deceased mother's house. And the performances from both Chris Pine and Ben Foster are absolutely astonishing. They have such a great brotherly chemistry together. Their presence on screen is really impressive, and individually they both give very good performances here. Ben Foster is always good at showing really damaged and vicious characters, and here he's just brings such a level of nuance to this really almost psychopathic character. I couldn't take my eyes off him. He was just so enigmatic, and he gets such a badass moment. It's gonna go down in the top 10 most badass moments in movie history. You'll know it when it comes. It's such a great moment to shine and just show how he's the alpha dog, the cock of the walk. Just an incredible moment. And then Chris Pine as well. Chris Pine is an actor now who I seem to love more and more as I see him do the roles that aren't, typically, Captain Kirk. It's nice to see him doing roles that are a bit more layered, like in The Finest Hours. And here, he holds back that sort of natural charisma that we sort of love about him. And he just sort of gives a really sort of sullen and, broody performance. It's just so brilliant because it's just minimalistic and authentic. And yeah, he gives a very layered and humble performance. And I really like that. Now, it wouldn't be a Western movie without a Ranger. Enter Jeff Bridges in what feels like a role that was made specifically for him. Here he plays this cop, Marcus, who is basically, he's the stereotypical cop that you're going to see in pop culture. He is, the surly, sardonic, man with the Stetsons, the aviator, the chewed up toothpick, as if he was like plucked straight from a Cormac McCarthy novel. It's just priceless. And he has his partner, Alberto, played by Gil Birmingham, and he has that sort of brilliant, husband and wife partner bickering banter, and they are just so delightful to watch as well. So not only do we have the two brothers and their banter, but also Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham and their cop banter. It's just so beautiful and so humorous and gives the film such a dark comic tone as well. Jeff Bridges in particular though, God, he's such a wonderful actor, and just to see him do this role, he just feels like he's having so much fun with it, and that he's just so comfortable in the environment and in that costume, like as if that's what he's gonna do when he decides to retire from acting. He could totally be a Ranger. And yeah, what's great about this story is how Taylor Sheridan's script really sort of shows you the motivations behind the brothers' reasonings for robbing these banks in the first place. Basically, the bank screwed over their mother who was dying of cancer. And then when we learned that only Toby is the sole beneficiary of the mother's will to all the land that she owns, which happens to be sitting on, a bloody gold mine because it's sitting on an oil pocket. It's just an incredibly wealthy piece of land, but they're going to lose it if they can't pay off the mortgage. So they're sort of doing this sort of Robin Hood-esque, robbing from the rich to, balance the social injustice of what these banks have done to them. So yeah, you kind of do sympathize with them, and you can sort of justify their reasoning behind doing it. And it's just really interesting take on it because it's not just, a simple, oh, we're robbing banks for the fun of it story. It's, very clever. The motivations are there and they're nuanced and they give you that sort of reasoning as to why they're doing it. And I love that. That's what makes it such an intelligent film. And yeah, what else is good is the action is so good in it. David Mackenzie is so good at showing action. Like, he just makes it so gritty. And the panoramic work that he does with the camera while they're in the cars is great. Like, it just sort of zooms in and out as they're like chasing and weaving through the streets. It's just so adrenaline fueled. It makes you just feel like you're part of it. And oh my God, it was just so much fun to watch. My only negative thing I have to say about this movie is that I don't feel like it explored the ramifications of Toby and Tanner's actions when people got caught in the crossfires, because their approach is sort of told right from the beginning that this was going to be a no casualty sort of job. No one was going to die in order to collect this money. But as they become more and more desperate to collect the money while Jeff Bridges is on their tail, they need to collect this money before a certain amount of time. And as things get more desperate, sacrifices have to be made, and people do end up paying the price for it, and they're innocent civilians. And I guess I was just a little bit frustrated that if they were going to go with a no casualties approach, that they didn't explore how the characters felt after those that got caught in the crossfire, because it's literally shown as a fleeting moment of shock and then it's never addressed again. So I guess I was just a little bit miffed as to why they wouldn't, see more guilt or more remorse for their actions. So yeah, in the end, guys, Hell or High Water is such a great film. It's an exceedingly gripping and entertaining neo-western, but also so intelligent and well written, and perfected by having such a great ensemble of powerful performances from literally everyone in this cast. It's so good. It's got gritty action, it's got dark humor, it's just such a really entertaining ride, and you love watching it. Guys, in the end, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10, merely just for my only gripe about not exploring the guilty ramifications of killing people. Other than that, I would totally recommend you go see this. Go see it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. For all things related to movies, TV, popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield. Thanks for watching.